What's up, B2? Capital G here. Are we about to bring back Bujins for the 2019 year? Well, if my young, unofficial little brother Belza has anything to say about it, the answer will be unequivocally yes. He has come up with this incredibly strange and crazy Lunalight Bujin deck that basically abuses the hell out of the graveyard. And it's really interesting because it's a deck that runs a bunch of Bujin monsters that also runs a bunch of Lunalights. You do not fuse in this deck at all. There are actually no Lunalight fusions, so if you guys are like, oh come on Cap G, it's just going to be another Summon Leo Dancer for game. Nope, there's no fusions in this deck, no polymerization or any of that. The cool things about the double L's, right? So I told you guys that Yellow Martin was broken, and you're seeing in some of these OCG combos where people are abusing, like, well, the Phantom Knight Link Monster and the Raid Raptor Wise Tricks with Zephyros the Elite, all these combos that you can do where you go into like Evil Swarm, Nightmare and all that stuff. A lot of these plays can be done with the Lunalights, where the Lunalights, because they are Beast Warrior, they can actually go into all the Bujin Exceed monsters, and when you actually go into Kagasuchi and you mill the new Lunalight monsters, not only do you get their effects, but when you're milling, you can actually send a lot of the Bujin monsters to the graveyard as well. You can send things like Fairy Tale Snow, and basically your graveyard is kind of like a second deck here. It's gonna be ridiculous. Now, these aren't against like the most meta of decks, but this is just kind of a display to show you guys what he can do. So he's going to send Yellow Martin, he's going to revive it, he goes for Bujin Kagasuchi, he then gets like a whole bunch, well, I think you get 5, you get the mill 5. It's been a little while since I played Bujins. He is going to try to activate the copy of Perfume to get a search, but that is going to be stopped. It doesn't matter though, because he did get, I believe he's got a couple of Bujins in the graveyard already. You can already see, not only does he have the turtle in the graveyard, but he has the Sirenu, which is kind of like a baby Honest from the graveyard, and he's able to get the Lunalight Serenade Dance as well. So he's already like loading up his graveyard with good effects. He has Fairy Tale Snow as well. He's going to go for the Link Monster. Uses Yellow Martin's effect to get the second monster reborn out of the Lunalight. Oh man, what is her name? Tiger. Yeah, right. Tiger. That's what I thought. And you can see not only is he able to go for a second copy of Kagasuchi, thus loading his graveyard even more, he is able to end on an Exceed, on another Exceed, the Abyss Dweller as well. Now this is something that is interchangeable. I guess you could, instead of going for Abyss Dweller, you probably wouldn't want to go 41 because you want your Kagasuchi in attack mode. However, you could go for something like Evil Swarm Nightmare to have a couple of disruptions, and keep in mind he does have Fairy Tale Snow with, like, you know, over with a dozen cards in his graveyard. So he has Fairy Tale Snow that is live as well. His opponent really doesn't have a proactive play. He's just playing Ritual Beast, so unfortunate to him. He's going to go ahead and Torrential, but that's not going to kill the Kagasuchi. He is basically just going to be able to summon those double L's once again from his graveyard. Gets the Serenade Dance, and he is using that abuse, that Monster Reborn abuse from Tiger. This combo is just dumb. The fact that you can use Tiger, Monster Reborn, and then bounce off the, you can bounce it with Yellow Martin and then Monster Reborn. Basically, I believe if you open up with Tiger plus Kaleido Chick, I believe it actually produces 4 level 4 monsters on the field just with those 2 monsters, and you can see that he does end the duel with a Boral Sword Dragon. But let's see if he can get some more cheese from his graveyard. You guys will see some of the rank up plays that he can actually do. Actually, you know what? I believe he has it right here. This is the opening that I just talked about, where you open with Lunalight Tiger plus Lunalight Kaleido Chick. Now, unfortunately, he did get Ghost Ogre, so that might skew it a little bit. But I believe that this combo alone does actually produce 4 dark level 4 monsters. And when you throw in the Phantom Knights and, you know, stuff like Zephyros the Elite with Raid Raptor Wise Tricks, I believe it can just get really, really nutty. And you can go into, if I'm not mistaken, you can go into Force Tricks as well. With the Raid Raptors, with the Raid Raptor plays, you do have to play a couple of Wing Beast monsters, but people play like Zephyros the Elite and Black Wings and stuff like that. You see him not only go for Kagasuchi, but then also go for Bujin Tsukuyomi, which is nice. That's another card that will actually activate the Lunalight monsters effects as well. His Kagasuchi number 2. He just said, look, hold on, I want to see what his graveyard has in it. By the way, He does actually play, he plays some Zodiacs in here. So when you look at his graveyard, all right, let's see. He's got a Fairy Tale Snow. He has a Bujin Quillen, which we haven't, I mean, I haven't seen so many of these cards since like, what, 2014-ish or something like that. I gave up on Bujins right when Duos Alliance came out. I just kept having my fucking Yamato super polyed, and I was like, fuck this deck. I'm done playing Bujins forever. We got a Centipede in here. We have a Turtle, so no targeting. We have anything else? We have Fairy Tale Snow, obviously, and then we have some Lunalights. And the thing is, if you don't get the Lunalights actually banished, your opponent will just be able to reborn them off Tiger and then kind of do the same loop that they just did during the previous turn. Now, he is playing against Metaphys, which if the Metaphys player went first, he probably just would have won because he would have been able to activate that Macrocosmos and pretty much shut down all of this. But you can see that if he's not able to get the Kagasuchi off the board, he can just start popping the cards because he does have the Bujins. I think he could use, oh no, I guess he does get the pop Macrocosmos. I was thinking he would actually just use Quillen and be able to pop it if Macrocosmos wasn't actually destroyed. You can see he's actually going to go for Amaterasu. Oh my goodness. This is so awesome. It's a Lunalight. The Lunalight monsters are the ones that you summon, but then all you really go into are the Bujin like Xyz monsters, and you know, obviously Amaterasu can summon monsters back from the banish pile. So that's pretty good. I don't think that he would probably run a Susanoo, but I mean, I guess stranger things have happened. And you know what? Because Fairy Tale Snow and other cards are in this deck, you can even play against the dreaded Mayakashi FTK, where if they go first and you don't have an answer, we all know that you basically lose your entire deck. So you can see right here, his opponent is playing the Mayakashi FTK, but unfortunate for him, he does play a card called Fairy Tale Snow. Fairy Tale Snow is basically the hard counter to the Mayakashi FTK because all you got to do is just summon your Fairy Tale. He even activated his Yellow Martin, unfortunately. So his opponent could actually end up giving him a bunch of resources that he didn't intend on, which, I mean, as soon as he hits Fairy Tale Snow, this duel is basically a wrap. But if you hit Fairy Tale Snow, all you got to do is just summon it. You put the Bone Tower face down. You see as he's going to do, or I guess he could just put the Synchro face down. Either way, I guess it didn't matter. I thought that Bone Tower would be the card put face down because then they basically can't they can't deck you out at any point at that point. He's going to go for Boros War Dragon. Get some more monster reborns from Kaleido Chick. Looks like he's going for Abyss Dweller. Well, yeah, Abyss Dweller is just gonna, I'm pretty sure Abyss Dweller just beats this guy's entire deck because, I mean, zombies that can't activate in the graveyard, what exactly are you playing? You're basically playing a vanilla deck at that point. And I think it's kind of cool. I would like to see, like, if you guys are interested in seeing kind of like I'm not sure it's full Black Wings, but I know there is kind of like a Black Wing Lunalight deck running around that I played against, and I mean, it was kind of crazy. The dude, he ended up summoning Azathoth on my turn, which was fucking nuts. He used the Phantom Knight rank up card. I will try to get some of those duels, but I think it's kind of interesting. Some of the stuff that Lunalights can do as a hold with just a relatively small engine, because I believe that this splashable Lunalight engine, for the most part, where you're mixing this in with Black Wings and Raid Raptors, and you guys see Bujins here, I believe that it's pretty much just like Yellow Martin, Lunalight Tiger, and then Lunalight Kaleido Chick to get your Yellow Martin in the graveyard. And another thing that kind of makes sense about Bujins and Double L's is, they're all Beast Warriors, so obviously Tinky can go like super far in the deck, because Tinky actually, even though like all the Bujin monsters aren't actually Beast Warrior, like a lot of the ones that you use from the graveyard, they're just regular beasts, the Tinky actually boost up the Xyz monsters as well. So this is what the deck looks like on paper. He is running the Bujin Hiroko. This is a monster that you, I guess, can get from your unexpected die, but this does let you rank up some of your Bujin Xyz. You guys saw when he had Kagasuchi, he milled like 5 to the graveyard, and then he was able to turn that into a copy of Bujin Tsukiyumi without really needing the light monsters. I mean, I think Fairy Tale Snow is actually light as well, right? And the Bujins are light, but he didn't actually need them because he just had, the copy, or he just had the pendulum effect. You can summon Amaterasu, but the deck, the main kind of like catalyst for the deck outside of the Lunalights is really Bujin Kagasuchi, because when your Lunalights do hit the graveyard, you're going to be able to monster reborn them as long as you have wolf. And then when you do go for this guy right here, the firefighting Daruma doll, this is why I really wish they kind of kept the OCG name. You can actually pop cards on both sides of the field. Keep in mind that if you do pop your tiger after you've used the monster reborn effect twice with Yellow Martin, you will get a third additional monster reborn, because even if you blow your tiger up, it will actually trigger and you can basically get another monster. So that's why you will see a lot of Lunar Light players actually use this card, because it gets rid of a card on their opponent's side of the field, but then at the same time you pop your tiger and you also get kind of another monster reborn. So yeah, it's just a different kind of take on Lunar Lights. I mean, you couldn't play any fusions in here, in my opinion. I just don't think that you'd have the space. If you do want to play fusions, to just play like a pure version of Lunar Lights. But I'm very happy and pleased at you know, what you can do with the Lunar Light engine right now. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the nice little display. Check out my unofficial little brother Belza, because he is an aspiring YouTuber as well. I will have his channel link in the description below. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.